When fans woke up to the news, the internet nearly broke. It wasn't just another celebrity gossip headline or a speculative rumor that would fade within hours. This was real. Dara, the beloved and timeless idol of Toonie1 fame, and Jung Il-woo, the heartthrob actor who starred in some of Korea's most iconic dramas, had announced they were getting married, and the world could hardly believe it. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok erupted into a frenzy of disbelief, confusion, joy, and a fair share of jealousy. The hashtags #DaraIlWoo wedding, #unexpected couple goals, and #shocked but happy trended within minutes. Fans posted reaction videos of themselves gasping, crying, and screaming at their phones. One comment on Instagram summed up the collective feeling perfectly: "What? When did this happen?" Another read: "My heart is broken. But also full. Congratulations." In the midst of the chaos, both Dara and Jung Il-woo shared the same message on their social media accounts, a black and white photo of their intertwined hands, a simple caption below that read, "We choose each other. Always." But what led to this moment? How did two of Korea's most high-profile stars, who never even confirmed dating rumors, suddenly reveal they were planning a wedding? To understand this shock, we have to go back, way back, to the beginning of their story. Dara and Jung Il-woo have always been household names. Dara, known for her sweet smile and quirky personality, rose to fame as a member of the legendary girl group Toonie1. After the group disbanded, she pursued acting, hosting, and continued to charm fans with her down-to-earth aura. Meanwhile, Jung Il-woo captivated audiences with his unforgettable performances in dramas like 49 Days, Cinderella and the Four Knights, and High-End Crush. He was everyone's dream romantic lead, sensitive yet strong, mysterious yet warm. But as much as the media loved speculating about their personal lives, both Dara and Jung Il-woo kept things professional. They were often seen at the same events, sometimes even photographed laughing together at award shows or sitting next to each other at fashion weeks. Fans would joke about how good they looked together, but no one took it seriously. After all, in interviews, Dara always insisted she was single, and Jung Il-woo once quipped that his work schedule was his only relationship. Yet, eagle-eyed fans began to notice the subtle signs. There was the night they were spotted leaving a quiet restaurant in Gangnam, wearing matching black caps and masks, slipping into separate cars within seconds of each other. Then there was the time both of them posted sunset photos from what looked like the same beach in Jeju, though neither tagged the location or each other. The most dedicated fans compiled those moments into threads and videos titled things like "Proof that Dara and Jung Il-woo are secretly dating," but even those were dismissed as wishful thinking. Until now, the official announcement came during a press conference that left journalists and fans alike stunned. Dara arrived first, dressed in an elegant cream suit with delicate pearl earrings. Her hair was swept up, revealing a calm but radiant face. Jung Il-woo followed soon after, looking dashing in a navy suit and open-collared white shirt. Fell silent as they walked in hand. After the cameras flashed incessantly, they finally spoke. Dara took a deep breath and said, "We know this is unexpected. Even for us, it feels a little surreal. But we wanted to tell you ourselves, we're getting married." Jung Il-woo added, "We've always valued our privacy, but our love has grown to the point where hiding it feels wrong. We want to share our happiness with you all." The revelation ignited an immediate storm in the media. Headlines screamed variations of Dara and Jung Il-woo, from secret lovers to married couple. Fan forums exploded with heated debates. Some questioned the timing, wondering if it was a publicity stunt. Others defended the couple, pointing out how dignified and genuine they seemed. Memes of fans fainting, sobbing, or throwing wedding bouquets into the air circulated online, adding humor to the emotional chaos. But perhaps the most intriguing aspect of their story wasn't just that they announced their marriage, it was the question of why. Why now? Why each other? And how did they keep it a secret for so long? As we dug deeper, we discovered a narrative far richer and more moving than anyone could have imagined. The real story, the one behind closed doors, only just beginning to unfold. It wasn't love at first sight, at least, That's what Dara confessed with a shy smile when we sat down with her for an exclusive interview days after the announcement. When we first met, he was just another actor to me, he admitted. We were friendly, but there was no spark right away. That came much later. Their first encounter was at a charity gala nearly 5 years ago. Both were seated at the same table because of their shared involvement in a children's hospital campaign. Jung Il-woo was charming as always, cracking jokes and making everyone laugh. Dara, ever gracious, complimented him on his speech and quietly listened to his stories. He later recalled, "She was different from everyone else there. She didn't try to impress anyone. She was just herself." After that, they would bump into each other occasionally at events. They exchanged numbers, mostly for professional purposes, or so they told themselves. But gradually, they started texting more often, sharing memes, in during late-night shoots. Still, neither dared to label what they had. What changed everything was a trip to Busan. It was for a film festival, and both were invited. After a long day of red carpets and interviews, escaped the spotlight for a quiet walk along Hyundai Beach. That night, under a sky full of stars and with the waves crashing softly at their feet, something shifted. Jung Il-woo reached for her hand. To his surprise, she didn't pull away. From that moment, their relationship blossomed, slowly, secretly, but deeply. They vacationed together in hidden corners of the country, sent each other goodnight messages without fail, and became each other's confidants. When work separated them for weeks at a time, found ways to stay connected, even if just through a quick phone call at dawn. Their journey wasn't without challenges. Both of them faced intense scrutiny from the public. Even without confirming their relationship, any hint of intimacy was dissected mercilessly online. Paparazzi lurked outside their homes, warned them that going public could damage their careers. Dara, in particular, worried about disappointing her loyal fans. And then there was the sheer logistics of it all. She was filming variety shows in the Philippines, he was shooting dramas in Seoul, sometimes abroad. The distance was hard. Jung Il-woo admitted, "There were moments when I thought it would be easier to let go. But then I'd hear her laugh, and I knew I couldn't." For years, they kept their love hidden. But a turning point came last winter when Jung Il-woo suffered a serious car accident on his way home from a shoot. Though his injuries weren't life-threatening, the scare was enough to make them reevaluate everything. Dara rushed to the hospital, and as she sat by his bed, watching him sleep, realized she couldn't imagine her life without him. 3 months later, while they were vacationing on Jeju Island, at the same beach where they had posted those infamous sunset photos, Jung Il-woo proposed. He didn't prepare an elaborate speech. He knelt on the sand, held out a modest ring, and said, "Let's stop hiding. Let's be together, really together." Dara cried. Not because she was surprised, but because it felt like the most natural thing in the world. When asked what marriage means to them, I explained, "It doesn't mean we're giving up our careers or changing who we are. It means we're choosing to go through life side by side, no matter what comes." Jung Il-woo nodded, "We've been through enough to know what we want. What we want is each other." They also shared plans for the future, a cozy home outside of Seoul, maybe a dog, maybe children someday. Hinted at possible collaborative projects, saying they wanted to support each other not just as spouses but as creative partners too. The response from fans has evolved since that shocking announcement. While some still struggle to accept the news, overwhelming sentiment has turned to one of support and excitement. Hundreds of thousands of congratulatory messages have poured in from around the world. Fellow celebrities have chimed in with warm wishes, calling them an inspiration. Dara reflected on the whirlwind of emotions and reactions. She smiled and said, "At the end of the day, it's our story. We're just grateful that people care enough to feel so strongly about it." And perhaps that's the real lesson here, that love, when it's real, doesn't need to explain itself, doesn't follow a script or wait for the perfect timing. It just happens. In the end, it wasn't about shocking the world, it was about choosing each other. And for Dara and Jung Il-woo, that was all that